That's right, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who saw my recent video, I will put a link to that on the screen and also down in the description. Spoiler alerts, they aren't actually a thing. These things right here, they're not anything. In fact, if we pick this up, look, brown stained glass, this one is black stained glass, this one is cyan stained glass, this one is grey stained glass, and this one is blue stained glass. They are not an AND gate, we don't have a redstone clock, we don't have a NOT gate, an RS NOR latch, or a T flip-flop in a block, which I personally think is a good thing because I wouldn't want that sort of thing in Minecraft particularly, but still, it was something to get excited about, wasn't it? Anyway, let's take a closer look at how I managed to pull this one off. Now, as I'm sure many of you have guessed, I did all of this using command blocks. Now, generally speaking, when I'm doing these April Fool's videos, I will do it using quick video cuts. So I'll do cuts in the video, and that's when I can do all of my funny business, but for this one, that just wasn't going to work. It was going to be far too complicated because I wanted to play around with the system, I wanted to demonstrate it multiple times, and that would have been hugely complicated to do using various different video cuts. So instead, I have created this system up at the top here, and this is the AND gate command block set. So this command block is looking at that redstone wire, and this command block is looking at that redstone wire down there, and it's trying to work out when they're powered. Now, if both of them get powered, these two will detect that, and they will both give comparator outputs that run it into this AND gate. So we do actually have an AND gate up at the top, and when that AND gate is activated, it will activate this redstone torch, which will place down one powered comparator running out from our AND gate block, or our supposed AND gate block. Then, when one of the redstone is unpowered, obviously the AND gate will switch off, which will then place down an unpowered comparator, making it look like the AND gate block has actually done all of the calculations, as opposed to an actual AND gate up at the top right here. So similar story for the NOT gate, so this command block will detect the powered redstone down at the bottom there, and if the redstone is powered, then it will power this command block, which will place down an unpowered comparator, and if the redstone is unpowered, then this command block will be activated, which will place down a powered comparator, essentially inverting the redstone signals. You guys are probably getting the idea by now. Down at the bottom, we have got ourselves the T flip-flop. Now, that button right there is being detected by this command block. When this command block detects that button has been unpressed, it will then run into this falling edge monostable circuit, which then runs out into this piston, which means that it actually behaves like a T flip-flop. So when the redstone block is here, then it is placed in an unpowered comparator, and when the redstone block is there, then it will place in a powered comparator, meaning that every single time you hit the button, that redstone block will move, which will change the output coming out of our T flip-flop block. Once again, with the redstone clock block, which is becoming increasingly difficult to say, we have got this command block right here, which detects the redstone signal running into the clock block, and then that inverts our redstone signal here using this redstone torch, which allows this hopper clock right here to run, which gives a redstone output into this block, which powers this command block, but also this redstone torch, which then powers this command block on the opposite edge of that command block, which means that we get alternating placement of unpowered comparator and powered comparator. So that command block isn't actually being powered by anything. In fact, if you were to cause it an update when it was powered, it would realize that it's not being powered by anything. All we're doing is we're actually placing down a pre-powered comparator. I don't even know if this needs explaining anymore. You may have noticed that all of these are pretty similar, and that's because they've all been done in exactly the same way. We've got two command blocks which detect the inputs into the system. Then we have got the actual logic that the logic block is meant to be doing. So this right here is the RS NOR latch. And then we take the output from this RS NOR latch right here, run it into comparators, which then places either a powered comparator or an unpowered comparator, depending on the output of this logic circuit right here. That's pretty much an explanation for all of the circuits, including the RS NOR latch one. So that's that. The logic block system has been foiled. I hope that you enjoyed this year's April Fool's joke. Expect me to come back even better next year with more ludicrous additions into the game, even though there's some of them I actually think are quite good. I mean, if you do look back through, you might notice some cool ideas here, but none of them, or at least I don't think any of them, will ever actually end up in Minecraft. So if you see any other update news today, yeah, it's probably not 100% true. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.